Hey guys, good evening and thanks for joining. Sorry guys, actually I have one meeting is there with our, board of directors. So that's why I did not take the class at 6 o'clock. So apologies for that. So we were discussing about the interview questions. Give me 1 second. I think. So we completed up to 12th, am I right? What do
Yes.
you, okay. 13th one. Can you tell me when we are onboarding Linux OS, what kind of data you need in that? So Linux servers, if you want to integrate the logs, we can use two different type of log integration methods. One is syslog, second one is collector agent. 90% of the cases we will use collector agent method because obviously Linux is a server. Okay. So at the time of integrating the Linux server agent, so we have to specify the source IP, destination IP, port number. So these are all the information we have to specify along with source port and destination port also. Example, if you want to integrate Red Hat Linux 8.1 or 8.2 or 9.1 or 9.x, in that scenario, so we have to download the collector agent from the either support portal of the vendor or maybe directly from the SIM tool. Okay, wherever the collector agent is available. So after downloading the collector agent, obviously agent is a piece of software. We have to copy that piece of software to either Windows or Linux. So then we have to install that particular software. Just we have to click on next, 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 and we have to specify the destination IP, port number. So port number will vary from vendor to vendor. So finally, we have to give the finish button. So automatically, whatever logs are storing in the Windows or Linux, those logs, it will go to SIM tool. So this is the one type of collector agent method. Even for Linux especially, it will support syslog as well, but most of the cases, as I said, so we'll use collector agent method. When you say collector agent, we'll integrate the logs using, okay, one of the piece of software, whatever vendor is provided. So normally where these collector logs it will store or where Linux logs will store. Okay. So Linux logs will store in. So go back to the Windows. After that, we can discuss about Linux. So there are different types of Windows logs. One is audit logs, application logs, system logs, forwarded events, and also finally configuration logs. So these logs we can see it's a part of event viewer. If you're going to event viewer and if you're clicking on the Windows logs, we can see all these 5 different types of logs. So that is about Windows Server or Windows operating system like a laptop or desktop or workstation. Coming back on Linux or Unix operating system, so we will specify the path. So where normally these logs will store /var /log/star. Okay, so this is one of the path where all of the logs. What is my star? What is my star in any SIM tool? What is my star in any SIM tool?
All cumulative logs.
Yes, all cumulative logs. That's correct. So either we have to specify this path or maybe /var/logs/httpd. So what is my httpd? Anyone? What is httpd?
Domain,
HTTP. Why
sir.
will use HTTP? Yeah. So it will be used for the domain purpose. Okay. So not domain, obviously it's application, HTTP. So HTTP is nothing but application oriented logs. That may be plain text using HTTP port number 80 or may HTTPS using port number 443. Okay. So this is application related logs. So next one we have /var/log/sshd. Anyone? What is this one now? SSH.
Secure shell.
That
Sure.
is like putty through putty,
Yeah, what is putty here? Why will is putty?
In
because
order
we
to
are,
log into Linux, we use putty.
Yes, you will log into Linux, nothing but audit related logs. So for audit related logs, we will use okay. So audit related, not maybe audit successful, authentication successful or authentication failure. Audit logs. So authentication successful, authentication failure. So these are the three different types of folders normally we'll specify if you want to integrate the Linux. As I said earlier also, what you know about Linux? So I know about Linux related to hardening benchmark, how to harden the Linux server. So for that one, we will use this benchmark, Center for Internet Security, and also I know about Linux regarding the hardening benchmark related to Department of Defense stick compliances. So that is one thing I know. Second one is related to how to protect Linux server. Example, we have to use the strong password policies. We have to use the role-based access control. We have to use the identity and access management. We have to use the segregation of duties. We have to use the hardening benchmark to reduce the attack vector and attack complexity. And we have to use the logging and monitoring part to integrate all the logs to SIM tool, and we have to implement private key to access to the Linux server. For multi-factor authentication mechanism, we have to use the account lockout policies. Whenever any user is trying more than 3 attempts or 5 attempts as per password policy, automatically account has to be locked out. So these are things I know about Linux server. So coming back on the Linux server experience, at the time of log integration, I will specify the for collector agent method. So regarding the path of the logs wherever it is storing, example, star slash sorry slash where slash log star related to all cumulative logs or all logs, slash where slash logs slash httpd related to applications. Okay, that may be authentication failure or success, even that may belongs to configuration or implementation or system related logs, slash where slash log shd that is related to audit logs. So this is what I know about Linux servers. I told already how to prevent Windows server or Linux server. So obviously whatever you know, you have to explain. Strong password policies. In that strong password policies, we have to use. Okay, so uppercase, lowercase. Okay, so then we have to use the account lockout policies. We have to use the 3 months once we have to change the password. Role-based access control log into the Windows or Linux server, and also multi-factor authentication mechanism to receive any OTP code or maybe RSA tokens or maybe private token or private key. Okay, additional hardening benchmark to reduce the attack vector and attack complexity. Every Windows server and Linux server will define initial configurations or setups more than 225 plus related to so initial configuration, networking, and also hardening, and also logging and monitoring, application configurations, and so on. And all the logs we have to integrate it to SIM tool, identity and access management, role-based access control. Okay, segregation of duties, even integrating the logs to respective Windows and Linux. Windows means these related logs, and Linux means these are the path of the logs will define. That's what I know about. So Linux server or Windows server, guys. It's one of the interview question. How to prevent Windows server or Linux server? Whatever I told you, this is common for both Windows and Linux. Only path of the logs are different. So this is related to Windows straight away. There is no need to specify path as well, wherever the logs are storing. And we have to specify the path if it is applicable to Linux. Is it clear or not? It's one of the interview question. How to protect Windows server or how to protect Linux server. So far, whatever we discussed, one thing I missed out. Anyone? One thing I missed out. Anyone? Wantedly I missed out. One thing. What is that? How to protect Linux server or how to protect Windows server. One thing
Vulnerability
I missed
assessment.
out.
Private
Perfect
key.
answer.
Vulnerability assessment.
Vulnerability assessment and patch updates. So scanning of the servers regularly and doing the patch updates without any bugs or issues or weaknesses. That is also one of the security prevention mechanism or protecting mechanism to do the patch updates or to reduce the attack vector and attack complexity. Okay, so this is one of the interior questions, guys. How to protect Windows server, how to protect Linux server, how to protect database server. So whatever you know. So one more thing I missed out. Anyone? Not only this one more thing. What is that? One is multi-factor authentication, strong password policy. Next one is regular patch update using vulnerability assessment, log integrations, identity access management, role-based access control, multi-factor authentication mechanism, hardening benchmark. One more thing I missed out. What is that? Anyone? Anyone? Apply whatever you learned till today. Apply you learned whatever you learned till
Change
today.
passwords.
Change password also, it's a part of strong password
High
policies.
availability.
High availability is one thing. Perfect answer. Any other? High availability is one thing. That's correct answer. Any other? Any other?
Scans.
Scans already vulnerability assessment. Already Kranti told.
Backup storage.
Backup storage is not a part of security, but anyway, yes. Backup storage, especially for ransomware attack. You are right. Any other? And backup and storage. Yes, we can put backup and storage also. One more. You can apply whatever we learned till today.
DLP, sir.
DLP, not only DLP, but also
Threat intelligence.
all EDR solutions, guys. All EDR. And don't we do antivirus
yes.
scanning for servers? Yes, we will do. I told you that even for servers also you do malware scanning on the OS level. So malware scanning and DLP, all right, data loss or data leak prevention, file integrity monitoring, HDS, HAPS implementation, disk encryption. Okay, even server level also will do disk encryption. Okay, all this is a part of how to protect a server, guys. So server also some of the times we will consider as a one of the endpoint. So I will write here now itself how to protect Windows or Linux server. So first thing is strong password policies. In the strong password policies, everything it will cover. So one is uppercase, lowercase, and so on. Every time it will repeat. Next one is the length of the password. So symbol or character, otherwise password rotation. Next one is default password change. Okay, additionally, multi-factor authentication MFA, account lockout policies, nothing but threshold. Okay, so all this is a part, even so 90 days once we have to change the password. Nothing but password rotation. So additionally, hardening benchmark implementation, So example CAS or Department of Defense stick compliances. Today enter a question. So how can you prevent container security? Container security also same as it is, guys. It will not change. I told you already, on physical server will create virtual machine. On top of the virtual machine will create Docker or container. Okay, how can you do the container security? So obviously we'll implement all these things, whatever. So whatever server level we are doing, we'll do container level as well. Container scanning. Okay, so implementing hardening benchmark. So all the password policies, identity and access management based on the role wise. So it is also called as role based access control RBAC or segregation of duties. Segregation of duties meaning here based on the, so do you think that only server team can access the server? No. So DevOps team, they will access TechOps team, SecOps team, DevSecOps team, security team. So even some of the cases, AWS team or Azure team or Google team and so on. So many people, Windows team and Linux team, so many people, they will access the server. So according to their particular role and also according to their duties of the job. So what level of the access we have to provide? What level of the privilege we have to provide? What level of the grants or permissions we have to provide? That is called segregation of duties. Okay. So next one is integrate logging and monitoring. So all these logs we have to integrate it which tool? All these logs we have to integrate which tool?
SIM tool.
Yes. Logging and monitoring and also integrating to SIM tool. Next one, disk encryption. So disk encryption also called as anyone?
Data at rest.
Yes, data at rest. You are right. Data at rest. Okay, so multi-factor, yeah. So these are all the couple of things we have to implement. Okay, even backup and storage also, especially for ransomware category of the attacks. Backup and storage and high availability. So these are all the things we have to implement.
Vulnerability scans. Sir.
Yeah, vulnerability scans as well. Vulnerability scans. Patch updates. All these we discussed, all these things you have to say on the endpoint level, OS level, so file level. So end to end, basically, you should think about all the 360 degrees, whatever we learned till today. In such a way, we can save the, we can save and safeguard related to server. Okay. So this is on the Linux side. So that is what the question it is related to. 1 second. Yeah. Can you tell me when you are onboarding Linux OS, what kind of data you need in that? So what kind of data you need in that? System configuration application related logs. Star is nothing but all logs, and SSHD belongs to authentication failure and authentication success. And next one is belongs to HTTPD, whatever applications are running on top of the server, those logs, even system related logs as well. Nothing but bandwidth utilization, resource utilization, RAM utilization, CPU performance utilization. So the last one is, even one more thing is, so bandwidth utilization logs. So these are all the couple of things we will implement in the Linux server side, guys. If I explain, that is more than sufficient. So what you know about Linux, this is applicable to not only Linux, it's applicable to Windows as well. Okay. So next question. You are in Hyderabad, which means your SOC environment is in Hyderabad, nothing but headquarters. Okay. You are in Hyderabad, which means your SOC environment is in Hyderabad, nothing but your headquarters is in Hyderabad. So where we are monitoring. So we discussed about one of the deployment method. What is the deployment method? What are the three different deployment methods? Four we
Standalone,
can.
distributed,
Standalone, distributed,
All in one.
all
all
in
in.
one. One more.
Stand, distributed.
So cloud, all these are three belongs to
Cloud.
on-premise and cloud. So total 4 deployments. So one is standalone, nothing but without any high availability, and also single location. Distributed deployments with high availability. Third one is, okay, so all in one box. Fourth one is cloud. Okay, so these are the 4 different types of deployment methods. So now this one will fall under which deployment method? Anyone?
Second one, that is
Distributed.
Distributed deployment.
sir.
Yes. You are in Hyderabad, which means your SOC environment is in Hyderabad. We have client from Chennai. This is very new client for us. He has less knowledge of SIEM. A client is asking you if we have 500 OS operating systems and Linux OS 500 to 1000 Windows machines, some X amount of the Windows and Linux and also operating systems, guys. Endpoints, laptop or MacBook or workstations or servers. Okay. To 10,000 Windows machines. 500 OS belongs to Linux and 500 to 1000 belongs to Windows. Okay. So firewalls and all other log sources as well. Your setup is there in Hyderabad. Now, how you like to transfer logs from Chennai to Hyderabad? How will you explain to the client? Okay, anyone? I told you already.
yes, sir.
Cloud
What are
servers.
the 2 different types of, cost point of you will think?
One is transferring of the logs and one is equipment cost.
Perfect answer, excellent answer. One is related to exporting the logs or sending the logs from Chennai to Hyderabad. Whenever they are specifying the locations, please use those locations as well. So what is the, okay, so 2 deployment methods here. Okay, this is a design level, guys. Whatever 14th question we are discussing, it's a completely architect level question. Architect level question. Design, high level design, low level design. So normally solution architect or security architect. So whenever he is proposing a solution, he will think about even cost as well. So how much it will cost when we were exporting the logs from Chennai to Hyderabad location? That is one thing. So second one is, what is the hardware cost or equipment cost if you are purchasing dedicated hardware devices? Okay, in this scenario, so we have 500 OS related to Linux servers and remaining 500 to 1000 belongs to Windows and also couple of firewalls and other log sources as well. Now, so please compare with, so indirectly they are saying all the log sources, guys, all the log sources. That may be firewall, that may be proxy, that may be IDS, IPS, Windows machines, Linux operating systems, and so on. In this scenario, now we have to compare. Okay, so when we are exporting the logs from the Chennai location to the Hyderabad location, what is the utilization cost or bandwidth cost using VPN connectivity from Chennai to Hyderabad? So that is one thing I will consider and I'll inform to the client. Second thing is log collector and also event collector, event processor, or otherwise event collector and flow collector, event processor and flow processor. What is the hardware cost it is involved? I'll compare these 2 costs. Whatever cheapest cost is available, I'll propose that one to the client. Okay, is it clear or not? Is it clear or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
The
So
systems.
these 2 things.
Sorry. The total
Mm.
systems as per the count, if you really, no, I'm not just giving an thought. He's having 500 and only 600 total 1000 below equipment. Can't we prefer him all in one there?
Yes, we can prepare all in one also. That's what I'm saying. So there are multiple options we have to provide. So
Okay.
can we provide all in one box, or can we provide, okay, so I mean, how much exporting the logs from remote devices, option 1, option 2, option 3. In such you can provide the solution.
Okay.
So you have to mention the financial cost, guys. That is very important. As an architect, so you should not think about not only just security, even you have to think about, so what is distributed indirectly, what they're expecting from you. So what is the cost, and also whether you are aware of the distributed deployment option or not. It's a completely design level. 14th one is design level. Option 1, option 2, option 3, whatever cheapest cost is available or whatever lowest price is available, that one I will propose to the client. Is it clear or not?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that's why I provided training to architect level, guys. You have to answer every question, whatever they will ask. Okay. So next one. You spoke about Sophos. What is the difference between legacy?
Sir, one
That
question
means
before.
maybe, yes, please.
We left 15th question, sir.
Sorry, guys. Have you ever done threat intelligence, malware analysis on your own? If yes, what tools you have used in threat intelligence as well as malware analysis? What are the tools you are aware of threat intelligence feeds? Threat intelligence, commercial or open source?
Open
Have you ever done threat
OSINT
OSINT?
and IBM
Yes. IBM?
was confusing with this.
X-Force. X
X-Force,
means
yeah.
intelligence. Yeah, IBM X-Force. Or global threat intelligence relates to McAfee, or global threat intelligence to logarithm, or maybe checkpoint global threat intelligence, Palo Alto global threat intelligence, CrowdStrike global threat intelligence. Except OSINT, all other threat intelligence belongs to commercial. We have to pay money. We have to get the threat intelligence feeds related to whatever it is happening all over the worldwide. Regularly we'll get those news. Along with that one, we will get the information related to malicious domains, malicious IPs, malicious URL links, malicious hash values, malicious MAC addresses, and so on. Proactively, we have to go all these threat intelligence gathering, and we have to block all those proactively. It's one type of indirectly. Threat intelligence feeds integration indirectly is a subset of what? Is subset of threat intelligence feeds integration is a subset of what?
Proactive analysis.
Proactive threat
Threat
hunting.
hunt.
Yeah, proactive threat hunting. We are taking the measures and preventive mechanism proactively, not reactive. So that is first question. Second, malware analysis on your own. Yes. Malware analysis using sandboxing environment, or maybe using malware analysis tools, or maybe using open source tools like virustotal.com or hybridanalysis.com, or maybe using static analysis of the malware and dynamic analysis of the malware. So that is our 16th, 15th. So that means it is completely L3 level. This whatever 15th question they're expecting, it is L3 level. Proactive threat hunting, malware analysis, okay, sandboxing environment, all those is part of L3. Okay, so that is our 15th one, guys. So that means you should be aware of so all these tools names as well. Is it clear or not? 15th one.
Yes, sir, perfect.
Yeah. You spoke about Sophos. That means maybe in this scenario, I think Azam, when he attended the interview, he told about maybe Sophos CDR tool. Okay. So what is the difference between legacy antivirus, next generation firewall, or EDR solution? Nothing but traditional antivirus and EDR, additionally next generation firewall. Anyone? Anyone?
I can, sir.
Yes, please.
But if anybody want to, they can say, sir.
No, please carry on.
Legacy will not have the threat intelligence integration.
Yeah.
Where EDR will have that. And VDR is with UBA concept and SOAR concept.
Yes.
And EDR can generate the hash values automatically. We don't need to go to that for the malware files. 1, 2, 3, 4, UBA. These are the examples that I have.
Yeah, small correction, Kranti. So don't say UBA and SOAR capability in EDR. You can say machine learning, deep learning, artificial intelligence, or behavioral pattern. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so that is sandboxing environment as well. Difference between legacy and EDR solution. Now, so antivirus or EDR malware scanning mechanism is a subset of next generation firewall. Not only firewall is handling, okay, at the data at a transit level of malware scanning, nothing but whenever we are uploading the file in the websites, or whenever we are sending an email from anywhere, that may be sender to recipient or recipient to sender, data at a transit level, it will do the malware scanning. Not only because of malware scanning mechanism extension firewall it contains, additionally, it has a capability of IDS IPS capability, domain filtering, file blocking capability, OASP top 10 preventive as well as allowing capability. Okay. Network DLP capability, URL filtering, web filtering, app control, web control capability, Wi-Fi monitoring capability. All those things, it is a part of next generation firewall. Okay, so that is what is difference between legacy antivirus, next generation firewall, and EDR. So in this one, 16th one, mainly we can expect one more question. Instead of next generation firewall, they will ask what is traditional antivirus and EDR solution differences. This one of the favorite entire question. Traditional or legacy AB and EDR solution. One is on the feature point of view. Second one is detection methods point of view. You have to think about those things. So as I said, even so last class also, so one is related to, so completely traditional antivirus or legacy antivirus, it is blocking on signature based detection mechanism, hash value method, heuristic approach, and baseline method as well. But coming back on EDR tool, so it is using signature based, machine learning and deep learning, artificial intelligence, and also it has heuristic approach, okay, sandboxing environment, okay, baseline method or behavioral pattern. Additionally, on the features point of view, EDR tool can be integrated to, so our virustotal.com, hybridanalysis.com, MITRE framework or MITRE framework, even it can do the basic DLP functionality, basic app control, web control, account lockout policies as well. So that is the main difference between legacy antivirus or traditional antivirus to EDR tool. So next generation firewall is a capability of so many things, not only just malware scanning and antivirus scanning. It can do Wi-Fi or wireless monitoring. It can do DLP. It can do web application firewall related OASP top 10 category prevention mechanism. It can take care of the domain filtering or DNS filtering. It can take care of the even malware scanning, web control, app control, content filtering or URL filtering, file blocking or file allowing. So many features it will do next generation firewall. Okay. So that is our 16th one, guys. It's one of the favorite interview question. Mainly they will expect legacy antivirus or traditional antivirus to EDR. Okay. So MITRE tactics and techniques and procedures, and open source tools integration, app control, DLP, web control, update management, account lockout policies. Additionally, even detection methods like a machine learning, deep learning, artificial intelligence. Those features are different from traditional antivirus. So you should be aware of the features between traditional and also EDR. Please go through the notes. I provided everything, guys. Next one. What is the important part of the QRadar which will actually help to the mapping? If you are deploying a new QRadar solution in your environment, so what is first thing you will do to have the particular mapping thing? So what is mapping? Mapping will come under which
Integrating.
topic? Which topic? Mapping.
Correlation.
Correlation rules. And correlation rule, which topic? Did you remember reference set? Reference set.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah, this is 17th one is belongs to reference set. Mapping of the particular structured format, or maybe mapping of the, so based on IP address, based on default domains, based on the source IP, based on the destination IP, based on the source port, based on destination port. So based on the time zone, all those will fall under 17th one. So indirectly, they're expecting about mapping related to whether you will follow reference set as a source IP or destination IP, source port or destination port, or maybe source MAC or destination MAC, based on the timestamp, based on the default domains, based on the payload. So many parameters, guys. So 17th one is that one. Mapping is based on all these parameters. So whatever in the asset profiling, user profiling, indicator of compromise, indicator of attacker. So we have a couple of informations are there, right? So whenever we will get any alert notification, we can receive the computer name, host name, source IP, or victim IP. Okay. So destination IP related to who is going to impact, attacker IP. So source destination, so I mean, source country, destination country, payload, even action, authentication failure, authentication success. Okay, log sources information, all those are mapping related. So indirectly, they are expecting about reference set. So based on the particular structured format or object, how we can map. So our raw log to the respective so parcel log. So that is the thing. Indirectly, we are expecting reference where we can configure reference in IBM QRadar correlation role. Anyone? Reference set where we can enable. In correlation rule, where we can enable reference set. We have seen day before yesterday morning class. Correlation rule creation we discussed, right? In that correlation rule, I given reference set option. After creating logic, rule action. What about rule action after rule? Rule action after that, what will be there? Rule action after that, what will be there? Rule response. Rule response will come as a so these are all the use cases. So here rule response. Here reference set. Did you see reference set here? Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, rule response belongs to SNMP traps, email, syslog, reference set as well. So this is what they're expecting, guys. Mapping of the new SIEM tool or already existing SIEM tool. How can you map our respect to alert notification? So based on the user profile, asset profile, indicator of compromise, indicator of attacker information. So mapping of the either based on the source IP, based on the destination IP, based on the default domain, based on the fully qualified domain, based on the computer name, based on the host name, source port, destination port, all those will fall under reference set. Indirectly, they are expecting reference set. I told you it's one of the very favorite interview question also. Reference set, building blocks, correlation rules. Okay. So next one, magnitude. Next one is relevance. Okay, severity, credibility, leaf, and backend database in IBM QRadar. All those will fall under important favorite interview questions, guys. Reference it is very, very popular one. So mapping indirectly, what we have to say, mapping is based on the, so whatever information we are getting from the respect to alert notification. So that's what they are expecting. Indirectly, they ask this question. Okay, next one. In QRadar, do you know network hierarchy? If yes, how important it is? This one I did not teach you. So we discussed about IBM app. What is IBM app? IBM app. IBM app or IBM application. Why will use IBM app or IBM application?
Host can be provide information like RAM, bandwidth utilization.
Okay.
CPU utilization.
Okay.
And apps information also, sir.
What apps we have in IBM QRadar? Can you give 2 or 3 examples, Mastan?
Node.
Node. Okay, perfect.
UBA.
UBA.
IBM X-Force.
IBM X-Force.
One more is there.
SOAR capability, threat hunting capability, all those. You are right. Perfect answer. So QRadar network hierarchy, it will give the IBM related apps information. Along with that one, it will give the backup, even restore option also. So what you have to say? So we have to say about network hierarchy information will give the IBM apps information. Along with that one, even, so are we taking regular backups or not? So are we restoring the backup or not? So incremental backup we are taking or not? Those information it will provide by network hierarchy. Okay. So what is the utilizations, apps information, backup and restore related configuration, guys. So that is network hierarchy. Hierarchy meaning here, not just like architecture diagram, entire network of the IBM QRadar deployed, and also are you taking any regular backups or not? So that is about 18th one. Yes, we have to take the data that we belongs to at a time or maybe incremental backups. Okay. So that is about 18th one. What is the answer you have to give? Yes, I know about network hierarchy related to QRadar. It will provide the IBM apps information along with backup and restored related regular backups information. That is 18th. Have you ever worked in rule tuning? What is rule tuning? Anyone? 19th. Rule tuning, sorry. Rule tuning.
Creation of the rule.
Only creation of the rule?
No, modifying the rule.
Troubleshooting.
Yeah, creation, modifying, any other?
SIEM.
Creation, modifying.
Optimizing the rules.
Optimizing the rules. What do you mean optimizing the rules? Okay, I have one question, guys. Can you disable the rule? Can you disable the rule?
Yes, we can.
Yes, that's correct answer. So rule tuning meaning here, what we have to do, we have to go to the correlation rules and we have to see whether all the rules are active position or inactive position. When you say active position, can you give one example of active position or active rule? What is my active rule and what is my inactive rule? Anyone?
5 events in 2 minutes.
No, that
Is
is logic. I'm not
logic.
asking to create how many correlation rule. What is my active rule and inactive rule? Anyone?
Active means we'll get the alerts by hitting the
Yes.
correlation. Inactive means
Yes.
we are not getting the alert.
Excellent answer. Perfect answer. So active rule meaning here already that logic is hitting by the whenever any abnormal or malicious or suspicious activity it is happening. That is called active rule. Inactive rule meaning here. So that type of alerts we are not receiving at all. So now as a L3 guy or as an implementation guy, what exactly we have to do fine tuning or rule tuning. Actually this fine tuning question. 19th is belongs to fine tuning. So L3 level. So as the L3 level, I will go and I will check the regularly tracking of the rules. I will go and I will see whether inactive rules are there from past 1 year. If inactive rules are there past 1 year, I will do disabling of those rules. Is it clear or not? So inactive rules mainly for will monitor 6 months. This is what vendor is provided. That may be IBM QRadar, that may be Splunk or Exabeam, Yelk. Okay, so Elin Vault, Splunk, okay, RSA, McAfee, Logarithm, HP ArcSight, Azure Sentinel, or any vendor, what they will say, if are seeing more than 6 months, any inactive rule is there, that you can disable. What are active rules are there, then you can either you can update as per your business requirement, or maybe you can create a new rule, or you can watch, okay, or you can monitor those rules. So that is 19th one. 19th is completely L3 level. Fine tuning. One of the what I given. Not fine tuning is not only related to rule or fine tuning of the rules, but also troubleshooting of the log sources, administration, onboarding of the new log sources, onboarding of the new data sources, creating new correlation rules, mentoring L1 and L2 team. All those will fall under 19th one, guys. It's more than L3. Implementation plus L3. It's fall under 19th one. As I said, this one, whoever is attended the interview, he put experience 10 plus. That's why almost on the implementation level questions we are getting. Example, 14th one and also 19th one, all these. So that is about third screenshot, whatever Azam is shared. Now we can discuss about others. Give me 1 second. So this is the last one, I think. Yeah. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What kind of IOC do you see in the ADR tool? Anyone? What kind of IOC do you see in the ADR tool?
Username,
Username,
IP address,
IP address,
MAC address,
MAC address,
action,
action,
payload,
payload,
mm,
location,
location, path.
path.
Sir.
Yeah, that's perfect answer. Excellent. Yeah, so all those, it's a part of IOC, victim IP, who is going to impact within the organization level. That is also called as destination IP, username or computer name or host name. Okay, so then we can see action, we can see MAC address, we can see log source information, we can see in case if it's malware category of the attack, file name, file size, file category, okay, authentication, okay, and also we can see about top 5 events information. All those it belongs to IOC. Okay. What is traffic monitoring? What is traffic monitoring? All these are basics, guys.
Inbound or outbound?
Yes. So monitoring of the traffic belongs to whatever the traffic is coming from external to internal. That is as the inbound traffic. Whatever the traffic is going from internal to external as outbound. So that is called traffic monitoring. So based on the actions it is defined in the firewall level or proxy level or network IDs, network IPS level, either we can enable the traffic or we can disable the traffic. So based on the malicious content, based on the legitimate or illegitimate traffic. That's called traffic monitoring. So indirectly, they're expecting about, do you aware of net flow data or not? Combination of inbound traffic plus outbound traffic. Okay. Do you regularly follow any threat intelligence feeds? What is the answer? Do you regularly follow any threat intelligence feeds?
Yes.
Sir,
Yes.
Yes.
Already we have seen in the previous question as well. So yes, I will follow the regularly threat intelligence feeds. Example, OSINT, IBM exports. So then we have CrowdStrike threat intelligence feeds, dark reading. Okay, so US set, India set, ISACA, European Council, okay, ISC squared, logarithm threat intelligence feeds, McAfee GTI, HPAC set GTI, all those. Answer is yes. You have to provide the list of the websites you will follow, list of the threat intelligence feeds you are aware of. It will give the malicious content, whatever it is happening all over the worldwide. Malicious URL links, malicious IP addresses, malicious domain names, malicious hash values, okay, malicious payload, malicious script controls, and so on. Answer is yes. And you have to give all this information. Nothing but indirectly they're expecting, are you follow or will you follow any regular websites or blogs? Indirectly they're expecting this one. So whatever websites you'll follow, that information you have to give. What type of functions will you see in the event collector? Anyone? Functions in the event collector. We discussed
Aggregation,
more than 100
normalization,
times. Yes.
parsing.
Aggregation, normalization, and parsing. Yes, that's correct answer. Aggregation, normalization, and parsing, we can see it's a part of event collector. What is the rate limit throttling in DOS and DDoS attack? Anyone? What is rate limit or throttling?
It's a request per seconds.
Yeah, per second, how many requests it has to accept? Legitimate traffic. That is called rate limit or throttling. Rate limit per second, how many requests it has to be accepted or it has to be whitelist based on the baseline method. Nothing but we have to observe the traffic. After that, we have to do the baseline configuration. Per second, how many requests it has to whitelist or blocklist in the DOS and DDoS attack. We'll configure in the firewall level, we'll configure in the server, backend server level, we'll configure in the web application firewall level, this throttling part. Indirectly, they're expecting. So it's a preventive mechanism for DOS and DDoS attack. Okay. If I'm doing authentication failures, how will you recommend it to you? How will you suggest to me? If I'm doing authentication failure, how will you recommend it? What suggestion you will give me? Anyone? I'm doing regularly authentication failures. What will you do, guys? I'm HR guy. You are security analyst. I'm doing regularly authentication failures. What will you do?
We will suggest him to save the password.
We'll suggest him save the password. Authentication failures.
We have to suspect that it was a brute force attack.
Yes, we have to suspect this one is a brute force attack. we have to implement password policies, account lockout policies, threshold limit. For end user, okay, so for GRC people, we have to implement password policies. That means password policy is not implemented. Account lockout policy is not implemented. That way we are seeing regularly authentication failures. If anyone is doing more than 5 attempts, automatically account has to block out. It's not blocking out. Recommendation to GRC team. Okay, you can define the password policy in our organization level. Anyone is trying to do more than 5 attempts, automatically account has to lock out. Why you did not implement? That is the recommendation. For end user, so we have to give the awareness. Awareness. Please don't try to do more than 5 attempts. But unfortunately, they will not listen. We have to give the security awareness training to end users related to authentication failures or password policies, even related to phishing email. For end users to security awareness training, for GRC team, we have to ask them to provide the password policies as a documentation that we have to circulate to entire organization. That is the recommendation we'll provide as a security analyst. One is security awareness to all the employees in the organization level. Second one is for governance team or compliance team, please implement password policies. That is the answer. Indirect question that do you know answer? But they ask in indirect way. Do you have access to EDR tool? What is the answer?
Have it.
Yes, I have. If yes, what do you do with that? How do you operate it? What do you do in EDR tool access? What do you do in EDR tool?
Providing security to end users.
Yeah, I will take care of all the endpoint related malware detections as well as blocking and instant investigation as an operational support of L1, L2, and L3. Don't give too much in-depth analysis like I know how to enable the policies like threat prevention, DLP policy. Okay, so app control policy, web control policy, okay, update management, lockout policy creation. If you are thinking, then they will give implementation level. I know operational support of L1, L2, and L3 related to malware detection as well as preventive mechanism related to all the endpoints like laptop or MacBook or workstation or desktop, including all the servers. That's what I know about EDR tool and EDR access I have. Whenever any EDR alert will come, I will take care of the malware related instant analysis or instant investigation. That is the seventh one. Indirectly, they're expecting, do you aware of what is EDR tool? In your organization, do you have an access to block in the IP address? What you'll say?
Yes, we
Blocking
have.
of IP address. Yes, I do have access to blocking of the IP address in
If
the
it is
firewall
malicious.
level. Yeah. You can say yes, there is nothing wrong. Where will block IP address in the firewall?
Policy.
Policies and objects tab, you are right. So in the Fortinet firewall, we'll block the IP address in the policies and objects tab. Next one. Where you'll block IP address in the firewall, same question. Yes, and also where you block. So 8th and 9th and similar one. Do you have access? Yes. Where you'll block IP address in the firewall? Where you'll block IP address in the firewall? So in the policies and objects tab, I'll create a policy how to block or rule. So I'll provide the source IP, destination IP, source zone, destination zone. Indirectly, they're expecting. So whether you are aware of the policies and objects tab. What is MITRE framework that can tell one technique? One technique, can you give one technique? Technique, not tactic. Technique.
Lateral movement.
Technique. Lateral movement is a tactic. What is technique for lateral movement? Brute force. Brute force will come under, are you sure it is a lateral movement technique? Brute force. Brute force is a tactic. Initial recon, example recognition, selection of the target. How attacker will identify selection of the target? Example brute force, example phishing email, example port scanning mechanism. That is recon. So lateral movement, it is belongs to one system is got compromised. Credential stealing, credential scruffing. That is lateral movement technique. That's why I told you for at least privilege escalation, lateral movement, and also data exfiltration, persistence. These four you can write two tactic techniques or not. I mean, two you can note it. I'm repeating this one once again, maybe 20 or 30th times. So lateral movement, privilege escalation. Okay, so next one is persistence. Okay, so data exfiltration. For these four, at least you have to remember two techniques. It's very, very important. These four especially. They're expecting at least whether you are aware of one technique or not. Technique example, brute force is one technique. Port scanning is one technique. Credential stealing or credential scruffing is one technique. Phishing email is one technique. Okay, port scanning is one technique. There are so many. 511 techniques we have, guys. 511. At least you can remember one or two. Next one. What kind of incident do you receive regularly SIEM dashboard? It's one of the process oriented question, guys. Regularly, what type of incidents or alerts you will see in SIEM tool? Can you give one or two or three examples?
Malware instance.
Malware incidents,
Authentication failure.
perfect. Authentication failures, perfect. Only these two. How many attacks we discussed?
Phishing email.
Phishing email, yes.
Ransomware.
Yeah,
OWS.
regularly I will see the different types of attacks in the SIEM dashboard. Example, so VPN authentication, multiple authentication failures from the different geographical locations. Brute force attacks with the same username. Brute force attack, different usernames. Terminated accounts, login failures are coming. So disabled account, login failures are coming. Malware analysis, virus detection, ransomware attack detection, DOS and DDoS, phishing email, privilege escalation, rootkit, adware, spyware. All these are attacks only. That 50, whatever you know, all those things. Okay. What is SOC verification? What is SOC verification? Verification. SOC verification meaning here, so identifying the incident is a false positive and true positive. Additionally, so gathering the evidences for the false positive and true positive. That is obviously for even whether the court will accept without any witness, without any evidence. Whether police department will accept without any evidence.
No, sir.
I'm asking. No, same thing. SOC verifications means that means evidences and also gathering the information and providing summary of the report. All those are part of SOC verification. So finally, evidences as well as verdict related to whether the false positive or true positive really happened or not. Summary of the report. That one only court, Supreme Court or High Court or Family Court or Criminal Court will accept. That is verification. Okay. How do you deal with the clients whenever any issue arises? Normally, how do you deal?
In a
This,
decent manner, we can deal with clients.
how do you
Uh,
deal means?
based on severity, we first of all we have to explain the problem severity to the client in a polite manner.
Okay. You are saying your behavioral sense, that is well and good. Thanks for that. Additionally, whenever any issue will arise, so first I will explain about the what is the issue about in an email with full description. Then I will schedule a call with respect to client or customer. So then in that calls, I will discuss what happened, what is the issue, what is the problem, and what is the solution about that particular issue with polite manner, respectable manner. So combination of, so as I said, I will take one of the class dedicated to behavioral sense. Okay. Once you're onboarding, how to act. So whenever any issue will arise, that time first I will drop an email as a written communication. After that, I will schedule a call with respect to client or customer. Then I will discuss about the problem. Not only problem, even solution also I will present. In such a way, I will handle.
Is any business impact is going on? We have to discuss
Yes,
with
everything you have to. Yes, you are right. So indirectly, whether do you have experience with client or not, it's a global exposure. Will you deal with client or not? Do you have experience handling with a professional manner with communication skills or not? That is the 13th one. Indirectly, they are expecting client communications, guys. 13th one, not technical at all. 13th question, not at all technical. It's a process oriented. And also, whether do you have exposure of client communication or not, global exposure or not, international experience or not. That is 13th one. Answer is yes, I have. So 14th one, what discussion usually happens in handover, takeover calls in our current working company? So I will take for this one separate session. So in handover and takeover calls, what is the status of the overall incident for the existing shift to the whoever is taking handover shift? So how many incidents are on hold? How many incidents are work in progress? How many incidents are we have to prioritize as escalation? How many incidents are closed? Most of the case closed things will not at all bother. We'll think about only prioritization of the incidents. What next shift people has to take over from the existing shift. So for this one, I will take separate session. So that is about 14th. Okay. So process oriented question 14th. 13th and 14th completely process oriented. Even 12th also process oriented only. 12th, 12, 13, 14, all these process oriented, not technical oriented. So 15th, one of the browser has crashed through the HTTP port. What will you do at this point of time? What will you do? When the application is down, guys, it's a crashed. Take example of facebook.com or amazon.com or flipkart.com or Zomato or Swiggy or Uber or Ola. What will you do? What will you do? What will you do? 15th one.
I'll start the high availability server immediately.
Perfect answer. High availability, guys. Excellent answer. High availability. Even for single minute outage of Ola, Uber, Rapido, Swiggy, Zomato, ICICI Net Banking, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Flipkart, anything you can consider. So much of business loss. If one HTTPS application or port is crashing, immediately I will enable high availability related server application where it is hosted. Without any outage, without any performance related issues. That is 15th one. Indirectly, what they are expecting, whether you are aware of high availability or not. Okay, 16th. Where will you block the hash value in the EDR tool? If two files same hash value, what will you do? Two files doesn't contain any same hash value. It will occur. What will happen? If two
Birthday
files
attack.
has
Birthday.
birthday attack, perfect answer. Birthday attack, collisions or conflict will occur. That attack is birthday. So 99 to 100% of the cases, two files doesn't have the same hash value. Where will block hash value? Where will block hash value? We discussed already. So for CDR tool. I will block hash value in settings tab of Sophos CDR tool under administration settings. That's why I told you, please play with the tool. Please play with the tool. Play means, so go and see what are the different options are available. So always, whenever any implementation levels are there, by default, even though if you know the answer, if you don't know the answer, just you can say administration settings, guys. Any implementations related questions they are asking, you can say under administration settings. Admin personally will do implementation level. Okay, last one. What is the difference between firewall and next generation firewall? I told you several times this one in the class. Anyone? What is the difference between firewall and next generation firewall? Generations of firewall. We discussed UTM and also next generation firewall. UTM is Unified Threat Management. Next generation firewall from 2013 to till today, whatever we are using. Prior to 2013, everything is firewall. Next generation firewall has the capability of advanced threat prevention. It has so many features like, so monitoring of worst top 10 category of the attacks related to web applications, network DLP, domain filtering, content filtering or URL filtering, deep packet inspection, Wi-Fi monitoring, file monitoring, all
Malware.
those are, it's part of next generation malware scanning, sandboxing environment. All these are part of next generation firewall. Indirectly, they are expecting difference between UTM and also next generation firewall. Generations of firewalls we discussed. So till 2012, that is firewall. After that, we have firewall. Just you can compare these two, especially ATP, advanced threat prevention, malware scanning capability, Wi-Fi monitoring, network DLP, signature-based detection mechanism, behavioral-based mechanism. Okay, so deep packet inspection, all these will fall under next generation firewall. Firewall, which type of inspection it will do? Firewall. Firewall.
Inbound and outbound traffic.
Stateful inspection. Stateful inspection. What is the state of the packet along with TCP three-way handshake is completed or not? That is called stateful inspection. Deep packet inspection will be done by next generation firewall. Stateful inspection will be done by firewall. Please go and study notes. It is available. This is L1 role, guys. The completely L1 role. Whatever right now. So these 17 questions are there. Not even L2, not even L3. All these are basics only. Not even rules configuration, not even roles and responsibilities, not even incident investigation. All these are basics questions only. So some of the questions are related to process oriented, some of the questions are related to general basic oriented. Whoever attended this person interview, that may be, so he is explaining not in depth. That's why they're asking all these are basics. So if are going deeper, they will ask in deeper way once again. If are going once again in deeper, they will go in-depth analysis. If are saying in the little bit plain way, they will not go in deeper. They will ask only basics. That is what how the interview will go. You are saying in depth. Once again they will go in deeper. Once again you are saying in depth. Once again they will go in depth analysis wise. If are saying in the normal way without any in-depth analysis, they'll ask only basics. That is what how interview looks like. Okay, that's all for today. So tomorrow morning we will continue. So process oriented related example, how many members team is there, and also how many incidents you will receive per day, what is shift handover, what is key performance indicator, what is takeover, what is incident tracker. Okay, so per day how many incidents you will work on, what is dashboards creations, what is report generations, what is difference between technical as well as what is difference between non-technical report generations. Okay, that I'll complete tomorrow morning. Tomorrow evening I will take and I will discuss about cloud basics. So day after tomorrow, so someone you can share your resume with me along with your username and password. So there we can discuss about how to upload the profile. Each and every sentence you are putting in resume is interview question. Each and every word, not sentence, each and every word you're putting in resume, it's an interview question. That's why every word you are putting in your resume, you should be thorough on that one. Root cause analysis, instant life cycle management, onboarding log sources. Okay, so security analyst, monitoring, real-time monitoring, IDS IPS, firewall, EDR, web application firewall. Okay, end-to-end incident investigation, ITL process. Okay, model number, version number, firmware version, tool names, along with which tool what it will do exactly. Everything is interrogation question, guys. So tomorrow morning I will take the class. So tomorrow morning I'll explain about so process oriented. Tomorrow evening cloud basics. Day after tomorrow I'll explain about resume update. Naomi, Pastor, did you create your resume and the account?
Yes, sir.
So will you share with me by tomorrow evening?
Yeah, I will.
Do you have consultancy company? I mean, did you speak with Ranjit or someone else?
No, sir, actually.
You did not update yet.
No.
Then how can I update day after tomorrow? So consultant names I will provide by today evening. So one person name is Bazi. So as compared to Bazi, you can go with Ranjit, even though it is very expensive. So they will charge, I think, 15 to 18,000. So forget about how much you are paying till today, including your course fee along with background verification. Entire fee or entire money what you're spending, you will get in for a month itself. Once you are selected for any company, so what you're paying for me and also for the respect to consultancies, it's only work for less than a month salary. Okay, so please go and speak with either Ranjit or maybe Baji or even maybe whoever you know. Okay, so that may be Amirpet or Marathali in Bangalore or BTM layout in Bangalore or Sholingnallur in Chennai, whatever consultancies you like. Better, I will recommend. So you can choose Bangalore, Pune, Chennai. Because most of the people aware of Hyderabad has so many fake companies. Sorry to say, I'm from Telangana, but sorry to say this one.
Sir, we don't have Ranjit number, sir.
I will share after this call. I will share in the WhatsApp group.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, please.
If a phishing email contains a malicious URL link,
Yeah.
so we are validating by taking that URL link in the next toolbox or virus total, and we are getting some score. Based on that score, we are concluding that it is a malicious. Other than that score.
Sorry to say, Paji, don't say score here. Say reputation and validation.
Okay. Okay. Sir.
Don't say score here. Okay. So I will take the URL link. I will go to example virustotal.com and also hybridanalysis.com or URL scan. I'll check the reputation of the URL. Don't mention risk, score here. So their reputation we are checking, whether it is malicious or not. We are not checking score there.
Other than the reputation, how can we
that
conclude that this? Yes.
So based on the signature based detection already it is giving, based on behavioral pattern it is giving already. Already regularly these virustotal.com, hybridanalysis.com, URL scan, even EDR tool, firewall or proxy, regularly they will update their database. They will integrate threat intelligence feeds, what happening all over the worldwide. As compared to our commercial tools, these open source tools, they will update regularly on daily basis. So whatever reputation it is coming, that one we have to treat as it's a legitimate or illegitimate. So according to that particular verdict only, we are concluding whether it is a malicious or abnormal or suspicious. Either you can go commercial or that's fine. So EDR you can go and you can check, or maybe you can go third party commercial threat intelligence feeds like Checkpoint or Sophos or Palo Alto or CrowdStrike or any other third party intelligence, IBM Expose or Logarithm GTM, McAfee GTM, Splunk GTM. So anywhere you can go and you can check the reputation. According to that particular reputation only, we can go and we can see. We don't have any development. Whether we are developing the application or whether I am developing the application, we both are not developing the application. So attacker is developing the respective URL, malicious URL. He is developing that malicious content. We are checking the reputation or validation, whether that particular URL is a genuine one or don't use genuine as well. You can use only two words, legitimate or illegitimate. Is it clear, Baji?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And
so use always technical words, always use technical words. So, and also don't say red, green, yellow color and so on. Always use these technical words, acronyms. Yes, second question.
And what about the static analysis and dynamic analysis?
Yeah, that I will upload by tomorrow and we will discuss tomorrow once again. So static is always based on the signature. Every vendor, they have their own signature in the vendor database. Okay, so whenever this matching that particular signature, automatically it will block. So that is signature. It is a bit by bit pattern based on a specific pattern or code that is called, okay, static. Static means it will not change at all. Dynamic meaning here, behavior pattern it will change. That's why these are the two different type of detection methods as well. So static means signature based, dynamic means behavioral based. Okay, for that one, I will explain this one tomorrow.
Okay, sir. And another thing is we are doing header analysis for the phishing email, right? So are we following any approaches there, like top down or bottom top? Are we doing
No, we'll not follow any approach. We'll validate or we will check the reputation. What is sender policy framework is passed or failed. Don't say It is red or green color once again at the time of interview. Okay, D mark is passed or failed. DKM is passed or failed. So DK is passed or failed. DNS record is passed or failed. SPF is authenticated, passed or failed. So D mark is authenticated, passed or failed. Those verifications we will do. Is it clear?
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
And if another question is, if anything like system is got compromised, and if you said that the attacker will ask some ransom, and
correct,
attacker who is the point of contact for the organization level? Did he send
point of
any
contact?
SPOC?
Yeah, it will come email notification. So alert notification will come through email. I have shown at the time of ransomware attack, one of the screenshot I have shown you. I'm not sure whether you remember or not.
Yes,
So
I
that
have saw that.
screenshot, yeah, whether that screenshot will come as email to us whenever that particular alert is receiving to us. So there we have wire transfer option is available, digital currency, cryptocurrency, Bitcoins exchange, and we have to pay the ransom. That will come through email notification.
That notification will go to the compromised system or to the like you said?
No, it will come to the entire whatever email notification we are triggering as a rule response. That may be SNMP traps, that may be SOC@tcs.com or wipro.com or infosys.com. What email you are giving as a notification, those people will receive.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Welcome. Any other?
Sir,
Yes, please.
yeah, you shared a resume in our
Yes.
drive, which for freshers.
No, I did not share, I think. Kranti shared with me. I will upload that one. And also I have Geeta is selected last time as a fresher, and Pawan Kalyan is selected. And also Bhavani is selected. Sambhavi is selected. So those people are selected. They uploaded completely as a fresher. So I will upload that fresher resume as well.
Please provide it as early as possible, sir.
Yeah.
Sir.
Yes, please.
Yeah, being a recruiter, I want to say them that they have to go with fresher means now every company is asking at least the training period for the candidate.
3 months.
Yeah, 3 months training. They have to mention what
2
they
months
have
also
trained.
fine.
Yeah, that's what they have to mention the training details. That's the reason I gave that resume to you.
Yeah, so Kranti, whatever he provided, so I did not check. I went through overall, but I did not go depth wise. So I will go and I will see what exactly it looks like, and I will upload.
Sir.
Yes, please.
Actually, I got a calls for emphasis for vulnerability management.
Okay.
If now my doubt is now I'm going to vulnerability, and if I got a offer on a vulnerability, will I be having a scope of a SOC analyst in the future also? Though no issues, right?
No issues at all.
Okay.
Yeah, just you can go and you can work for at least maybe 6 months, and you'll get the genuine salary slips and so on. From there, you can move to cyber security.
Okay, I know per pay slips I'm having genuine now, but I want to if I want to take an interview first. Once I get the things, then we'll discuss.
Yeah. Okay.
Next, I have WhatsApp you one question. What Naeem Pasha put in the group 2 days back, I think. Can you once check in your personal WhatsApp I have shared?
Can we discuss? I have one call
tomorrow.
Is there at 8 o'clock
tomorrow.
now.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
okay,
we can discuss tomorrow.
Yeah. Thank you.
Any other? Okay, guys, thank you so much. I have to join one call related to office meeting. We can continue tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock. Thank you so much, guys.
Good night, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Good night. Yeah.
Sir.